Good morning, students. Today we are going to start a new chapter, that is Consumer Protection Act. Okay, under Consumer Protection, we will study need for consumer protection, what are the needs, right of the consumer, what type of rights having by a consumer, consumer responsibility, method of consumer protection, and Consumer Protection Act 1986. Okay, so what are the needs of consumer protection? Need क्या है consumer के? Actually, the basic purpose of the business, the purpose of business, main purpose of the business is the customer. So the basic purpose of business is to create and satisfy customer. Customer is the foundation of business and keep in existence. In order to satisfy and retain customer, business must provide goods and services right quality and quantity at right prices. Okay, so this is the main function because customer satisfaction, so the consumer awareness should, the need of consumer awareness. Okay, business is a mean of human welfare. Business is not the name of looting or cheating or fraud with the customers. Okay, it's a talk about the human welfare, or it's a talk about the customer welfare. Okay, so this is the need, not a multiple objective. Profit making cannot be sole objective of the business. Okay, business is a part of society and expected to take care of interest of all sections of society, including consumers also. Next, growth and social justice. Growth and social justice means growth, the with the growth of the country, social justice is also aim of our country. Okay, Indian's constitution describe and that the country is socialist and secular democratic republic. Okay, consumer protection is in accordance with the directive principle of state policy laid down in our constitutions. So this is the basic needs. Okay, next, in stakeholder approach. Stakeholder approach, it means the consumer and support of several groups involved in the fluctuation and success of the business. These group includes owners, consumers, employees, public and government. They have a stake in the business and are therefore known as a stakeholder. Business must protect the interest of all the stakeholder including customers. Okay ना, मीन्स जो भी उसमें स्टेक होल्ड करता है उन सबकी एक तरीके से जो भी वेलफेयर है या जो भी उनकी बात है वो सबके इंटरेस्ट को प्रोटेक्ट करता है कंज्यूमर प्रोटेक्ट अवेयरनेस. ओके, फिर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी विद पावर. बिजनेस एक्सरसाइज कंसिडरेबल पावर इन इन्फ्लुएंसेस आवर सोसाइटी. इट क्रिएट्स एंड मोल्ड्स फूड्स, ड्रेस हैबिट्स एंड लाइफ स्टाइल्स. मतलब ये सोसाइटी में नीड को क्रिएट करता है बिजनेस. ओके ना, तो फिर if the responsibility of business to use its power in such a way that the interest of society in general and consumer in particular and are not damaged. Okay, theory of trusteeship. Theory of trusteeship means, according to Mahatma Gandhi, businessmen are trustee of the society of the wealth. They should use his wealth for the benefit of the people. Gandhi said, a customer is the most important visitor on our premises. He is not dependent on us, we are dependent on him. He is not an interruption in our work. He is the purpose of it. ठीक है ना, customer is the purpose of the business concern. It is not the outsider in our business. Means we treat as external element of the business to the customer, but not like that. Okay, we are not doing him a favor by serving him. He is doing us a favor by giving an opportunity to do so. Next, business ethics. Business ethics means leading business includes all over the world have been founded on ethical values. Means the business should should follow the ethical values, and they have follow high standard of ethics. Business without moral values can't be tolerated for long in a civil society. Therefore, consumer protection is the ethical obligation of the business. Next, self-interest. Since economic liberalization, globalization, and Indian firms are exposed to competition from multinational and improved products. Okay, they must provide quality goods and become consumer oriented to survive in the race of competition. You are seeing what type of competition in the market in the present scenario. So, for the competition, for the market, for the self interest, the need of the consumer protection is in the society or in the world. Okay, in the country. Next, right of consumer. Right of consumer means, what are the rights of consumer? First, the right to safety, A consumer have right to safety, because which product he is taking, he is buying, that product may be hazardous to life and property. So there are various risks involved in the consumption and use of products such as food, drugs, toys, electrical appliances. For example, gas cylinder, if it not scaled properly, may use injury to life or even death. The consumer have the right to get protection against such risks. Okay, the right to be informed. My dear students, right to be informed, not right to information, not right to inform. You will not write. You will write the same. Okay. Next, the consumer has the right to be informed about the quality, quantity, potential, purity, standard, and the price of the goods he intends to purchase. It's a responsibility of the manufacturer and distributor to give complete information. Okay, a consumer has got right to the know the thing about each and every detail about the product. That's a information, right to be informed. The right to choose. A consumer has got right to the selections of the customers or alternative products. Okay, so this is the right of the consumer. Next, the right to be heard. If any complaint, any grievances related to the product, then consumer has got right to complain or complain includes right to protest and to representation in the government and in the policy making bodies. The above three rights are meaningless without the right to be heard. Therefore, grievances and claims are consumed must be heard and considered. The right to seek redressal. It means the right to get claims and complaints settled against manufacturer or seller unfair trade practice and exploitation by them. The consumer has been granted the right of redress if the performance, quality, etc. of a product is unsatisfactory. The product must be repaired, replaced, or taken back by the seller. The right to seek redressal will reduce post-purchase doubts and grievances of the consumer. The right to consumer education. Right, the consumer must be made aware of his right and the remedies available to him. This will help to make consumer conscious and protect themselves against fraud by businessmen. An ignorant consumer cannot escape cheating and may not come forward to seek redressal against malpractice by sellers. Okay, the right to healthy environment. Consumers have the right to be protected against environmental pollution so as to improve the quality of life. This right includes protection against degradation of environment. Non-renewable resources of the country needs to be conserved for future generation. So these all are the right of the consumer. A consumer should know his right about the right and what he has to do. So this is the right. Okay. So you can see here, right, consumer responsibilities. Consumer and voluntary organizations all alone can't be expected to protect consumer rights. Consumer themselves will have to come forward and assume some responsibility to stop their exploitation. These responsibilities are such as follows. First one is exercise the rights. Means whatever the right, consumer must be aware of their own rights. They must exercise their right while purchasing product and services from the market. Asks for full information, complete detail about the product. If a customer is not giving, so you can complain. Be quality conscious. Then you have to follow the standard measures by the ISI, EGMARK, EFO, EPO, फिर उलमार्क, प्योर कॉटन etc. Insist on cash memo. You should take bill from the shopkeeper. Okay, cash memo. So if you are purchasing goods from anything, then you ask for the cash memo. You should ask for the cash memo. Okay, don't carried away by advertisement. Means advertisement often exaggerated the utility of goods and services. Okay, मतलब कुछ ज़्यादा चीज़ें बढ़ा चढ़ा के कही जाती है. Therefore, they should compare the uses of alternative product given in advertisement. The sponsor of the advertisement should be informed by of disparity, if any. Next, file complaints. File complaints. If you have any problem, then you can complain file in the court or anywhere. anywhere or जो whatever commission determined by the government of India. Next, method of consumer production, self regulations. Method of consumer production, first of all, self regulation by business. Means business should started most important steps for the self help. Getting? Means business community can itself ensure consumer protection through self discipline. If the business will maintain the discipline, a consumer will never be what cheated. Okay, business should adopt a code of conduct so be asked as to above in the more responsible manner. A business should also behave in the um, mannerly. Okay, self control will help to avoid government control, and associations and chambers of commerce can play a vital role in ensuring the business firm don't exploit consumer. Okay, means if the business will be in discipline, then the government no need to control. Okay, each and everything. Next, consumer awareness. Consumer should aware from his right, from his safety. Consumer associations means which are time to time they should aware to the consumer, they should educate, they should inform to the consumer. Government control means government should passes the bill through consumer of for the consumer protection act, and government has also passed for the protection of the consumer. All the wings of the government, legislature, judiciary and executive can assist in consumer protections. Okay, some of the measure provided by the government protections consumer in the India are given below. First one is publicity. All time to time government or through All India Radio and Doordarshan telecasts the regular program on consumer protections. Film documentaries are video documentaries, and the video documentaries have been prepared to educate consumer. The ministry publishes a quarterly journal Ubhokta Jagran, directories and brochure of consumer affairs. World Consumer Right Day is celebrated on 15th March every year. Okay. Next, awards through मतलब government should promote or award it to that type of businesses who follow the consumer rules, and who follow for the who are in the discipline, who are doing in the disciplined business. Environment friendly product. Friendly product, an eco mark scheme has been introduced to motivate manufacturers and importers to use advertise impact of product on the environment. Under the scheme, producers are authorized to use the eco mark label on product which satisfy the prescribed conditions. Okay, Consumer Welfare Fund. Government of India has created a fund for welfare of the consumer. This fund is to be utilized on consumer education, training, research in consumer education, setting up counseling, guidance, and complete handling facilities, setting of product testing laboratories. Lok Adalat. In a Lok Adalat, an aggrieved customers can directly present his grievances. The official of the consent from discuss the matter and take appropriate decisions. This method saves times and money of people. It's a speedy and economical redressal system. Delhi Development Authority, Delhi Transport Commission, Mahanagar Telephone Nagar Limited, and Indian Railways Organization Lok Adalat from time to time. Next, public interest litigation. Okay, in this system, any individual organization can file right petition in the court in the interest of weak individuals or group which may not be able to seek legal remedy on his own. Consumer minorities, poor, environmental students are example on whose behalf such petitions have been filed for remedial actions. Consumer redressal forums. The Consumer Protection Act 1986 provides a judicial machinery for redressal of consumer grievances. District forums, state commission of national commission have been set up for speedy and economical settlement of consumer disputes. Okay, government has made an act, that is Consumer Protection Act 1986. Okay, so the Consumer Protection Act was passed to promote and protect the right of the customer. It seeks to provide a speedy and simple redressal to consumer grievances. Okay, the Consumer Protection Act has specified consumer rights given above. It provides for the setting up of a three-tier quasi-judicial machinery. The machinery has been authorized to provide time-bound relief to consumer remedies available to an aggrieved customers. Okay, removal of defects in goods or deficiency in services, replacement of defective goods with new goods of similar description, refund of price by the seller, payment of compensation by seller for any loss suffered by the consumer, withdrawal of hazardous goods from the market, discontinuance of unfair and restrictive trade practices. ठीक है ना, ये सारी चीज़ों केसेस में हम कंज्यूमर प्रोटेक्शन एक्ट मेक प्रोविजंस फॉर द सेटिंग ऑफ द फॉलोइंग अथॉरिटीज़. First one is direct forum, district forum. Under district forum, the state government are required to establish district forum in each district. Okay, the important features of district forum are as under. Each district forum consists of a chairman and 2 members, okay, appointed by the state government. It has the power of civil courts for inquiring into any complaints, summoning. Okay, district, the limitation of 25 lakh of each and every district forum. The complaint can be filed by a consumer to whom goods are sold or services rendered or any recognized consumer associations. ओके ना, मतलब कंज्यूमर वो जो कंप्लेन है किसी तरीके से फाइल किया जा सकता है. On receiving the complaint, the district forum shall refer the complaint the opposite party concerned and send the sample of goods for testing in the laboratory. Okay, the district forum, after being satisfied the goods are defective or there's something problem, so practices can use to order opposite party, means अगर वो चीज़ों को गलत पाता है तो फिर उसके अकॉर्डिंग वो कार्रवाई करता है. फिर स्टेट कमीशन मीन्स मोर देन 20 लाख एंड नॉट मोर देन 100 करोड़, मतलब 20 लाख से 1 करोड़ तक के जो मामले होते हैं वो कहाँ जाएंगे, स्टेट कॉर्ट के अंडर में जाएंगे. इधर लिमिटेशन अप टू 20 लाख, वो अप टू 25 लाख तक जो मामले हैं वो डिस्ट्रिक्ट फोरम में उनको कंसिडर किए जाएंगे. बाकी सब सारी चीज़ें सेम प्रोसीडिंग है. The state commission shall consist of a person, president who either is or has been judge or high court of 2 other members. All the 3 shall be appointed by the state government. Okay. Next, national commission. More than the 100 lakh or 1 crore rupees, the matter of the complaint of more than 1 crore, that will be considered under national commission. The national commission is set up by the central government. The silent feature and provision of the act pertaining of the national commission are under. It shall consist of president who is or has been a judge of the Supreme Court. Okay, more than 100 lakh can be filed, means if the claim of the rupees 100 lakh, then you can file the complaint in national forum. The national commission shall have the same power as that if civil court in dealing with cases and follow the procedure prescribed by the central government. The National Commission has the power to issue order for recall of defective or unsafe product for replacement of removal of deficiency in services. Okay, so it can be through happen. Okay, what is consumer? Who is consumer? Sorry, a consumer means many of the following person, any of the following persons. A person who buys goods, any goods or consideration which has been paid or promised or partly paid and partly promised or under any system of deferred payment. The term includes any other users of such goods when such use is made with the approval of the buyer. The term consumer, however, doesn't include a person who obtains such goods for resale or for any commercial purpose. Okay. Second, a person who hires or avails of any services for consideration which has been paid or promised, or partly paid and partly promised, or under any system of deferred payment. The term includes any other beneficiary of such services with the approval of the first mentioned person. but a consumer doesn't include a person who avail of such services for any commercial purpose. Okay, who is not a consumer? The person who obtain goods for the resale or commercial purpose, the person using goods without approval of the buyer, the person who is beneficiary of services without the approval of the hirer, the person who obtain good services without any consideration. So who can file a complaint? A consumer, any voluntary organization, the central government or state government, and in case of death of a consumer, of the consumer representative. Complaint means any allegation in writing made by the complaint and unfair trade practices, goods bought by him or agreed to by him, yeah, or contract, services had or availed of traded or services provided as case has charged for the goods for the services mentioned in the complaint. Okay, goods which are will be hazardous to life and safety when used are being offered for the sale to the public. Consumers which are hazardous. Services which are hazardous or likely to be hazardous to life for the safety public and when used. Okay, so we can see here against whom the complaint can be filed. A consumer can file the complaint under the Consumer Protection Act 1986 against the following: trader or manufacturer. Trader and manufacturer, both we can file against it. Okay, role of consumer means कंज्यूमर का रोल क्या है? कंज्यूमर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन एंड एनजीओज, कंज्यूमर ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस होते हैं जो कंज्यूमर को टाइम टू टाइम अवेयर करते रहते हैं, चीज़ों को बताते रहते हैं कि हाँ ये चीज़ें आपको आपके फ्रॉड से, आपको चीट से बचाती है. तो देखिए क्या है, कंज्यूमर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन आर एसोसिएशंस आर वॉलंटरी एसोसिएशंस ऑफ कंज्यूमर. अबाउट 500 कंज्यूमर एसोसिएशंस हैव बीन इन्फॉर्म्ड इन अ डिफरेंट पार्ट ऑफ द कंट्री. हाउएवर ओनली a few them have been prominent. Some of them are Voice New Delhi, Common Cause New Delhi, Consumer Guidance Society of India Mumbai, Consumer Education and Research Centers Ahmedabad, Consumer Utility and Trust Society Jaipur. The Consumer Coordination Council has been set up, an apex body of the consumer organization India. Its main task: making consumer aware, educate consumer, collecting data of different product or testing them, publishing journal, brochure and monograph for consumer, arranging talks, seminar, conferences and workshop on issue concerning consumers. Means organizational exhibitions on spurious and adulterated products, organizing protests and boycotts against adulteration, underweight, price ragging, etc., producing films and cassettes of food adulterations, running counseling and guidance center for the consumer, filing suits, complaints and write petitions. जो सारे क्या हैं, ये रोल हैं कंज्यूमर ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस के, जो कंज्यूमर ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस बने हैं. अच्छा, फिर इग्नू ने एक कोर्स भी लॉन्च किया है, कंज्यूमर अवेयरनेस के कंज्यूमर प्रोटेक्शन हैज़ बीन इंट्रोड्यूस एज सब्जेक्ट ऑफ स्टडी इन स्कूल्स एंड कॉलेजेस. इंदिरा गांधी ओपन हैज डेवलप्ड ए कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव सिलेबस फॉर comprehensive education. If you want to take admission in, so through you can go through IGNOU. Okay, so by this way we can see here the chapter Consumer Protection Act. Under this chapter, basic thing, need for consumer protection, the important thing you can fit. Next, most important type, right of the consumer you can see, and rights and responsibility. Okay, and the next thing is the consumer redressal system under Consumer Protection Act 1986, district forum, national and state and national, sorry, ठीक है ना, district, state and national. So these all are the main points of this chapter. Okay, you can learn it. So for today, thank you very much students, hope you all are getting. So by this way the syllabus of commerce has been completed. So if you have any problem, you can ask in the comments or through direct contact. Okay, for today, thank you.